Imagine being completely, utterly broke, facing an immediate 5-day eviction timeline with absolutely no way to pay your rent, only to have a friend toss you a high-stakes lifeline, a lucrative single-night shift waitressing at an exclusive dinner party hosted inside a massive, isolated mansion way out on Peyton's Peak. The cash payout is massive enough to cover 2 full months of expenses and pull your life out of the gutter. But the entire setup screams sketchy. This is the heart-pounding, high-octane, and completely unhinged reality that traps you in Freida McFadden's spectacular chart-topping thriller parody, The Dinner Party, a pick-your-poison adventure. Standing as an absolute masterclass in the choose-your-own-adventure, domestic noir, and satirical horror genres, this interactive novella functions as a mandatory addition to your audiobook playlist, where every single fork in the road demands a fatal decision. What makes this fast-paced ride an absolute global book talk phenomenon is that for once, the traditional, heavily armored psychological armor of a thriller protagonist is completely stripped away, and the power is placed entirely in your hands. McFadden masterfully constructs a double narrative with over 20 possible endings and 22 distinct winding paths to navigate. You get to decide if you want to brave the creepy island mansion or stay locked in your apartment reading a safe book. You get to choose whether to pick up a disheveled, highly suspicious hitchhiker on a dark highway or accelerate past him. From choosing to go left or right at a foggy fork in the road to making high-intensity tactical choices inside the mansion's dining room, your sharp or incredibly foolish intellect will dictate whether you escape with your rent money or face an over-the-top, spectacularly grisly doom. Shifting away from her typical domestic suspense structure, McFadden masterfully infuses this short story with a delightfully filthy mouth, laugh-out-loud gallows humor, and a playful critique of classic psychological thriller cliches. It exaggerates familiar tropes to absurd, hilarious extremes, playing out like a satirical love letter to nostalgic childhood adventure books. The audiobook format, brought to life through a god-tier conversational performance by Will Dameron and Megan Toozing, transforms this sweeping, paranoid game of survival into an extraordinarily immersive video game-like experience. It perfectly captures every chilling late-night gritch, breathless whisper of panic, and witty, sarcastic narration cue. It is a triumphant, pulse-pounding masterpiece of ultimate replayability, proving that when an expert storyteller lets you pull the strings, the absolute safest move isn't trying to guess the final twist, but praying you make the right choice to survive the night.